I actually have a little ad. It's
Nice.
nothing crazy. But yeah, there's this app right now that I have. It's called Upside. Have you ever heard of Upside?
No.
So, like, gas is ridiculous.
Right.
It's ridiculous, and like, if there's one thing I wish in the world, it's that I could have cheaper gas.
Absolutely.
So I have this app called Upside, and basically what it does is it will get you cheaper gas. And you're probably like, how does that even work? Well, if you link your card, it's completely legit, it's fine, it's trustworthy. You link your card, and basically it'll show you participating gas places like Shell or wherever it is that are near you, and it will give you cash back, like a certain amount of cash back per gallon.
Really?
If you use my code HOPE4542, you automatically get an extra 15 cents a gallon cash back, which is a lot. Like, we're talking about gas here. Like, that's something that everybody needs to get gas unless you got a Tesla or an electric car, but that's not everybody. So if you've got a car that needs gas, everybody needs to go get gas. Gas is crazy. It can skyrocket in price. This is a really easy way to get that price to go down. Like, literally today I was at a racetrack and it said $2.99 regular, and then on my app it said like $2.69. So it
nice.
takes it right off for you. Like I said, if you use my code HOPE4542, download the app Upside and use that code for 15 cents a gallon bonus. Hey everybody, hey everyone, come on in, we're gonna have some fun. How much fun? Oh, it will be tons. You're listening to all the buzz. Yeah, all the buzz. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, I am here with Jordan, otherwise known as JB. I will make sure to tag her and all the stuff so that you guys can see her Instagram, but she is my first guest, you guys, on All the Buzz. I'm so excited because I've never had a guest. This is just launched recently. But when I think about one of the most big, that's not how you say that, one of the biggest Disney lovers, Disney parks lovers, I think of JB. And we've actually been to the parks. I was thinking about this the other day. Twice.
Yeah.
We went once on spring break of senior year of high school, just to Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went on a 4-day trip that we'll talk about, to all the parks. But I want you to introduce yourself. Tell me, I think my first question, I kind of gave her some questions to have ready to go so that she wasn't put on the spot. But I do have some rogue questions that I'll ask you. But my first question to you that I wrote to you was, what's your earliest Disney memory or Disney park memory?
Yeah, so I was pretty young when I went. I think I was 3 years old the first time, but I don't really remember that time. I think when I was like 5, that was like probably my earliest memory. I remember we stayed at the boardwalk, and
oh, dang.
Like, it was nice.
Very nice.
And like, from my sleeper sofa, the first night we got there, I went to bed and the windows were open and I could see the fireworks going off.
Oh,
and it was so magical.
Oh my gosh. See, that's like the most nostalgia to me comes from fireworks.
Yeah.
Like at Disney,
Absolutely.
when I think about being young, that's the thing that you remember the most, which is funny because I used to actually be scared of fireworks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, I used to close my ears.
Oh, wow. You're one of those kids.
Yes, I was one of those kids, which is why it's like it's kind of funny that that's like the thing I remember the most. But that's crazy. 5 years old at the boardwalk. That's like really nice. Epic.
Very
nice.
nice.
Epic. I was going to say real quick too, we have our little coffees right now, and one question that I have lined up on my Instagram Reels for like this week is a question that I asked myself. I also got Jordan to ask me some questions because I couldn't come up with any. But I asked, basically, when you're in the parks, would you rather have Starbucks or Joffrey's?
You already know the answer.
I don't know if I do because there was a period of time where you kind of had like some beef with Joffrey's. Do you
I
remember
did.
this?
I do remember.
You were kind of like, it's the worst. But
Yeah.
that was the funny thing about our 4-day trip was that I had never been to Joffrey's. We went to Joffrey's. Who mentioned this, by the way? Was it Rachel?
I think it was Rachel.
Okay, so then Rachel told us,
Yeah.
you need to go to Joffrey's. So we
Yeah.
went to Joffrey's. First date, both of us didn't like it.
No.
I don't know if you remember that.
Neither of us did.
I got something like maybe an Irish cream cold brew,
Yeah.
and it was kind of weird. What do you remember what you got?
I think I got
Maybe the same thing.
maybe something similar.
So, but
Yeah.
we both didn't like it.
Uh-uh,
But then
no.
the next day, we
Yeah.
proceeded to get it again. Or maybe the same day.
It might have been that same day.
I remember, though, then I don't remember what you got after that, but then it was like every single day we had to go get Joffrey's. So you would say
Yeah.
you would prefer Joffrey's.
I think I got tea.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you
Because
got a
I
tea.
got tea. It was really good.
So you would prefer Joffrey's tea,
From there, yeah.
but would you prefer Starbucks coffee at the parks?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I would prefer Joffrey's coffee, and I did already explain this on my Instagram, but as this goes out, I think probably that will already be up, but I said that I would say Joffrey's because I can't get it every day.
That's true.
Like, I literally, like right now, I'm going to take a sip of this.
Yeah. But it's not Joffrey's.
I have this right now.
Yeah.
But I can't have Joffrey's every day.
Yeah,
But anyway,
it's a
I just
bummer.
thought that was an interesting question because I didn't know what you would say. I figured you'd say Joffrey's. But at the same time, you'd prefer Joffrey's tea.
I would. I'd say it's better than
Are you
Starbucks.
more of a tea person?
I'm more of a coffee person, but like
So-
when the mood strikes me, I like
Tea.
a good tea.
Yeah,
So-
totally. Well, so also, let's just talk about this real quick. We went to Magic Kingdom spring break of 2018, I guess, was it?
Yeah, we were seniors,
Yeah,
right?
so it was our senior
yeah.
year. And I remember I hadn't been to the park in like, I don't know, since middle school sometime. And I remember you being our tour guide. Do you
I
remember
was.
this?
I
You
remember.
were our straight up tour guide.
I had to be.
And it was like just an assumed role from you. Like nobody asked you to do this.
Yeah.
It was just like you knew at that moment.
I knew what I needed to do.
You know what you needed to
Yeah.
do, and you stepped up to the plate.
did.
And so one of the biggest memories from that trip that I have is you showing us like the ins and outs of like shortcuts in the park.
Yeah.
Like these kind of like hidden gems of the park.
Yeah.
Even in the Jungle Cruise, like you could quote every joke.
Yeah.
Like you literally would look at us and like
Yeah.
mouth the joke. I'm like, how did you even know that was coming up?
Yeah.
So one of the things I remember is Hall of Presidents.
Right.
And I sent you a video the other day because I literally was saying like, oh, I don't even like, at least I don't like Hall of Presidents.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was saying that in the video, but it was a
Yeah,
video
I
of me
know.
and JB, and I said that. Well, like, just explain, like, how did we even get in Hall of Presidents? Like, you recommended it, and then about James, too.
Yeah, so Hall of Presidents is like one of those places no one wants to go there. You know, you're in
Yeah.
Disney. You don't want to learn about presidents of the United
Right.
States. You know, this is not a field trip. This is vacation, right? But it's one of those secret places, like, if you want somewhere dark and cold, just to, like, sit down and relax and, you know, chill.
Yeah.
It's one of those places.
Yep.
It's hot outside. And, you know, it gets tiring. So it's just a nice little break.
Yeah, that was like, it was so funny because we were all like, we're going to go on all these rides. All of us, I think, had not been to the park in that long. Maybe, I mean, you obviously had been to the
I mean,
park
yeah.
the most recent because
I
you knew
had.
what to do. We
Of
were all
course.
like, what are we supposed to do? Where
Yeah.
are we supposed to go? And you were like, well, I mean, for the time being, we're all kind of hot right now. We could just go in here and like chill out. And
Yeah.
there was this man, one of the cast members, his name was James.
Right.
And I can't even remember what our beef was with James, but we had beef with James because he was just kind of like uptight, I think.
Yeah. He was salty.
Yeah, it was like the before show where you stand out in the like concourse.
Yeah,
I
the
guess
concourse
you could call it.
that they have.
And he's standing there at a podium
Right.
telling us facts about president or asking us if we know facts about presidents.
Right.
And I know what it was. He asked a question and one of us knew the actual answer.
Yeah.
And what, like, we looked it up later.
Right.
It was like we had gotten it right. But he had, like, said that it was completely wrong. And we were like, James.
Yeah,
like, you don't know what you're talking about.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, as Haunted Mansion would say, in his head, he was probably thinking, you foolish mortals. I know it all and you don't.
She straight up just pulled out the Haunted Mansion reference, y'all. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that is, like, one of the funniest things to me. But again, when I think about you just shortcutting in all these different places. So another question I asked you was, what is your favorite place in the parks people may not know about?
So one of my favorite places in Magic Kingdom that I feel like a lot of people don't know about is the train.
Yes.
And it stops. It makes like 3 stops or 4 stops around the park. And it's kind of through the woods a little bit.
Yep.
And, you know, you're in Disney, but it's kind of like backside of Disney.
Is that train running right now?
I'm not sure.
Okay, let me look this up
if it
real
is,
quick.
actually.
Because I'm pretty sure that people have kind of been upset because this hasn't been running.
I mean, when I was a kid, that's something I was like, oh, you know, let's go on the train. And it's also, if you're at one place in the park, it's a good way to jump to the other side of the park without walking.
Yeah,
across the park.
Because here's
people
the thing.
People don't know about that either.
You would think that the monorail does, or not the monorail, you would think that the People Mover does that. But it doesn't. It circles right back around.
Yeah.
Which is the funny thing. If it went all the way around the park, that would be really cool.
That would be cool.
Temporarily closed for the construction of Tron Legacy.
Ah.
When was this put out? That was updated October 27th. So pretty recently.
Okay.
I guess it's still closed. So yeah, I think when I went on my trip in December of whenever that was. When I was younger, I went with my mom's side of the family, and we went during Christmas time. I know that I rode it then.
Yeah.
But I haven't rode it since.
Yeah.
I don't think we rode it on our trip.
No, we didn't.
And yeah, it's really sad.
That is sad.
So that would be your top, like.
That's probably, like, it's very nostalgic.
And people forget about it, like you
people
said.
Do.
Like, I literally didn't even think about it when I went.
Yeah, people just forget about it, and it's honestly just, like, stop and smell the roses.
Yeah.
And, like, it's also a shortcut, too.
It's a beautiful, like, it takes you just, like you said, you see the actual, like,
back
nature of.
And nature
at
the same time.
Yeah. Tell me your other hidden place of Disney.
Another hidden place that I have is actually in Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
So people kind of walk right by this every day without kind of knowing
I'm curious.
that it's there. It's this whole trek through the jungle kind of that they've made. It's like a trail system. They call it the Jungle Trek. And they have these gorilla falls.
Did we do this?
No, we didn't.
Oh my gosh. How did we not do this? Because we rode Dinosaur 20 times, but we didn't do this?
This is near the front of the park.
Oh.
Where everybody's walking past it.
Okay, see, because when you get to the front of the park, it doesn't look like your typical Disney park.
No,
because
it
you're
doesn't.
just literally, it looks like a zoo.
It does. And so this is kind of a walkway that's kind of obscured a little bit, but not really. People just walk right past it and don't know that you can go. It's a whole, like, trail system kind of.
Okay, so on this trail, do you see animals?
There actually are some spots where you can see animals. They have a little exhibit, kind of like you're walking in a zoo or a reptile room. And they have another one where I think they have hippos.
What?
Through the glass, yeah. And they have...
Through the glass, you can see hippos?
Yeah, it's like you're... It's
no
like
way.
you're in an aquarium.
How did we not do that?
It's easy to forget
because
about.
I keep telling on these podcasts, like, and I think even in on my Instagram page about Animal Kingdom being like, there's this controversy behind Animal Kingdom where there's half of the population of Disney goers that are like, Animal Kingdom is a half-day park. Like, the other part of the population is saying, no, it's a full-day park. You can't just do half-day at Animal Kingdom. What's your thoughts on that?
I think you could do a full day. You really could.
See, but when we went, if we had done that, maybe it'd be different. Because remember, that was the last day, and we went back to our...
We went back
hotel that we
swimming.
didn't even have at that point, which was kind of funny because that was like during COVID when you had to have kind of like a reservation to these
Right.
places. And we learned that, and I don't know if they're still doing this, where you have to have a reservation at a certain hotel in order to get in, or like be staying at that hotel to get in. Because you remember at the entrance they would ask,
Do you
where
have a
got-
dinner reservation?
Right,
Do
right.
you have a hotel reservation?
Exactly. So, like, I don't know if they're still doing that, but we had already, unless you were on the bus, unless you were on one of those buses. So, if you
Right.
got in to one of the hotels, I mean, you could go to whatever hotel you wanted to
Well,
with,
yeah.
with those buses.
Well, it actually doesn't go from hotel to hotel. You'd have to go to the transportation center. You can go to the parks. Well, you'd have to go to a park.
You go to the park, and then you
you'd have
get
to
on
get
the
on
right
another
bus.
bus.
Right. So, you get on the bus that goes to Contemporary, for example.
Right.
So that was what we kind of got around, was that
Right.
we technically, I mean, we'd been staying there, so it was fine. It
course.
wasn't like super unethical because we'd been
Right.
staying there for 4 days.
Right.
Every time we'd come back, the pool would already be closed.
It would
So we
be,
didn't even
yeah.
get to use it yet. And then the
No.
last day, we actually weren't going to be staying there.
Yeah.
We did have the time because we'd been
did.
in Animal Kingdom all day. And it was like, we got back early, we could go to the pool, and we didn't have the hotel anymore, but we still went to the pool, so it was fine. And they didn't check
know.
anything.
No.
Like, they
we
didn't-
paid for it.
Yeah, we totally paid
We
for it.
totally
It was
paid
not
for it.
unethical. It was just
It's
like
not.
they did. It was just amazing to me that they didn't like, you didn't have to get anything to get inside, like,
Yeah.
to go to that pool. So then I started thinking, okay, does that mean we could go to whatever pool we want? But
Not quite.
that's technically unethical, I think.
You have to have somebody staying there let you into the pool.
But like
So
ethically I wouldn't. But if somebody were to do that,
yeah,
could they
Oh,
execute that? Well,
absolutely,
they could do that, right?
absolutely.
Like if they wanted to get just, I mean,
If you have someone staying there, they want to invite you over to the pool. Absolutely.
but what if they don't have anybody staying there?
Well, that's a different story. Then no.
Like, could they get inside? Is what I mean.
There are ways, but
Yeah, that's my question.
you would
is
get
like,
caught.
right?
You would.
But
get
how
caught.
though? How would you get caught? I'm curious. Because I don't know if you would get caught.
You
It
might
just would
not.
be like on your conscience.
Yeah, it's more of a conscience.
Don't
thing,
try
probably,
it, anybody.
But I wouldn't.
Don't
I
try
wouldn't
it.
Try that.
It's definitely, if anything, it's just not moral. But
No.
it is an interesting thought. If you could get into whatever pool you want, but you used to could
yeah.
go just tour hotels, but it's kind of harder to do that because of COVID.
It is. It's
Anyway,
more
that was a whole
difficult.
tangent. I don't even know how we got on
I
that.
have no idea.
What were we talking about? Oh, Animal Kingdom and
yeah,
how it's
Animal Kingdom.
I don't know. I'm a half day park on that. I think we could do that in a half day.
I think 3/4.
3/4. What the- Okay, that makes sense.
You
But
know-
what are you gonna go to Magic Kingdom maybe for the last part of the day, or
No.
just go back to your hotel?
After Animal Kingdom, it's just like a crash at the pool kind of day.
Okay,
You know?
but I think people say it's a half day park to try and get a park hopper. So they
Probably.
like maybe recommend like, oh, it's a half day park, like get a park hopper and go to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Because you can't
They
do
do.
Magic Kingdom all in one day.
No, you can't.
Like,
no.
there's so much.
There is a lot.
Anyway,
You
there's
wanna do
just so much
everything.
controversy around that. I can understand. I just remember us doing Dinosaur like 20 times. We also got Joffrey's we were already skipping ahead to that trip, but we got Joffrey's literally twice that day. I
Yeah, we
remember.
did. I remember
We
that.
definitely
for
got
sure.
it twice.
Yeah.
And there was hardly anybody there. You remember that? Like,
yeah,
nobody
it was
there.
dead.
Very dead.
I was kind of surprised.
To the point where I'm pretty sure that people at the coffee place were like, you guys were just here.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I asked you, where is your fave place to chill in the park, and what's your fave snack or drink to chill with?
Well, I think we've already talked about Hall of Presidents,
Yep.
but that's, of course, my favorite place to chill.
Yep.
Or Filler Magic.
Oh, okay.
It's just very calming.
Yeah, I was literally about to say calm.
It is.
It's so, yes. It's like,
Yep. I feel like at
cool.
peace.
yes.
Just like childhood.
That one is very nostalgic for me.
Very.
Especially the end.
The
where you see
end.
the feet in the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that is
The
nostalgic.
best part. Yeah.
Those kind of like, you can just sit in there, watch something in the cool air, especially in the summertime. That's
Yeah.
just beautiful.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
You can't beat that.
Not really.
And then what's your fave snack or drink to chill with?
So, my favorite snack is always going to be the Dole Whip.
Okay, you're a Dole Whip.
I am. It's more like refreshing. on a hot day than ice cream.
What flavor?
I like the original.
Okay, so is that just pineapple?
Pineapple.
Yeah, pineapple.
Yeah.
There's like, have you had the like
the raspberry or the strawberry? Mm-hmm. Those are good. You know.
There's also one that's got like a juice in the bottom. That's it's like a Dole Whip, but it's also like pineapple juice in the bottom.
Like a Dole Whip float.
That's what it is. That's literally, I'm pretty sure what it's called.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
They're good.
Have you had that
I have.
before? Okay,
I have. They're good. Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten one myself. I tried one. I tried Gracie's once, and it was pretty good.
It's good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was like so tart though.
It is very sour.
It was like both of them together. I was like, wow. It's hard. It was good though.
It's good.
Okay, so a classic Dole Whip. I'm trying to think of what I would say.
There's so many good choices.
The hard thing is like, yes, there is. And the hard thing is also that I want to say a Mickey bar, but like you can get that here, but it's still not the same.
It's not the same because you're not in Disney.
And like it's not kept the same. Like if you put a Mickey bar from Walmart in your freezer, it does not taste the same as the one in the park.
No, it's not going to.
They have that like deep freezer there that like it's just a different type of cold too. Like I don't know if that's all in my head or if that's for real.
It like encapsulates the Disney experience.
It really does.
You can't buy that at home at Walmart.
You cannot.
You know.
Okay, recently also I told this story about how I totally forgot your birthday.
Yeah.
Sorry. By the way.
It's all good.
But I told about how to get free things in Disney, and you got a free Mickey bar.
I did.
And that, I just love that, dude. Like, they just
so nice.
took notice of the fact that you wore that pin, and they just gave you free stuff.
Disney cast members do the most.
They really do.
They, even when you're having a bad day, which not that time, but I have another experience with cast members giving free stuff.
When you were having a bad day?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, tell.
I just wanted to go on another ride, and my family didn't, so I was throwing a fit about it, and he overheard.
Wait, how old were you?
I was like 11 or 12.
Okay.
And they wanted to go on Carousel Progress. The line at Space Mountain was 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
And so I was like, can we go on this first?
Choice.
No, we want to go on this first.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm with you on that one. I'd be like, are you guys kidding?
Are you guys crazy? Like, so he overheard and he was like, wait, no, I think I can help you with that problem. Here's a fast pass. He just
to Space Mountain?
He wrote it, gave it to me.
No way.
Yeah. It was very nice.
That is so kind. Just for you though? Like, how did that work?
It was just for me.
So you...
Because he knew that nobody else wanted to do it, that's why.
Okay, so your family goes to Carousel Progress and you go with them.
Well, I still went with them.
Okay, so you went to Carousel Progress and then right after you go to Space Mountain. I just went
to Space Mountain by myself.
And nobody else had the fast pass. It was just you.
Just
That's
me.
epic.
Yeah.
That is so epic. Wow, yes, cast members really do the most.
They do, especially on your birthday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have any type of pin, they will treat you with the utmost respect.
Absolutely.
Which your little story just then reminded of my little story of when I went to Magic Kingdom over the summer with my family, and I had a very similar experience.
Do tell.
Where we're in Tomorrowland, and like, I think it wasn't 10 minutes, but I think Space Mountain was like 30?
Yeah.
Which really means like 15 to 20. You know how like the wait times just lie to you?
They're not accurate at all.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay, well, like, they want to go, I don't even remember where they wanted to go, but they were like, we're going to leave Tomorrowland now. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna hang back and get Joffrey's, because I knew Joffrey's was right there. So I was like, the real thing I want to do is go on Space Mountain.
Right.
So I'm gonna get Joffrey's real quick, and I'm just gonna get in line and then go meet them.
That sounds like the plan.
And so I didn't tell anybody. I just was like, I know this is not gonna last that long. So I got Joffrey's. I got in line. I like hid my Joffrey's in my bag so that I could like have it in line.
Right.
And then I was like, in the line, got on Space Mountain alone. Actually, oh my gosh, JB, I FaceTimed you during that.
Was that when?
That is when I FaceTimed you.
That's when, wow.
I FaceTimed JB while I was in the line. And we talked for a little while.
We did. We got in and out a few times.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we totally did.
That was
just
fun.
remembered that. That's so funny.
I totally forgot that you FaceTimed me.
So JB is a part of this story. But
I am.
yeah. I got on the ride and then I got off, and
Was it worth it?
it was so worth it. And it's so fun to ride rides alone.
It is. Yeah.
Like, there's something about it. In Space Mountain, it doesn't matter anyway because you're in a one single little seat by yourself. Yeah. So it really doesn't matter if you're with somebody else anyway, but yeah, it's a different feel. You could be whoever, you can scream however loud you want to, which you should with friends, but like still,
but
it's like if you're all alone, it's just a different different
you.
vibe. You don't know any of these people.
No,
you can be
it's so
as
freeing.
crazy as you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, any park hacks? I've tried to share as many as I can, but I'm like running out already, and I've got a whole Instagram that's supposed to be dedicated to it, so lay them on me.
I would say one that you haven't talked about, because you love fireworks, and I love fireworks. Everybody loves fireworks.
Yep.
But one of the best hacks I would tell this to anybody is when the fireworks are going off, especially if you've seen them before, at least recently.
Go on the experience we had?
Yeah, well, kind of.
Oh, you're saying go on the rides during the fireworks.
Go on the rides because everybody wants to watch fireworks. So all the lines are going to be dead. Yep. So you can go on any ride you want. That's something you haven't said.
Yes. So I did have a question recently that was like, you had asked me, where's the best place to stand? But during the fireworks show. But yeah, if you go ride the ride, which I've never done, by the way, because I can't not watch it almost.
Right.
Like, it's almost just like, I think it'd be different. Okay, I go to Magic Kingdom. I have 2 days in Magic Kingdom. One of the days I watch the fireworks show, and the other one, like, I can go ride rides.
Yeah.
But, and even when we went to California Grill, the fireworks were happening. It was like this crazy, I've been meaning to tell this story, so I'm glad you're here. We'll talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
So we went to, we went on a 4-day, 4-night on campus.
I don't like that word.
On
Disney property.
Property,
Yep.
that's what it is. 4-day, 4-night on Disney property, All-Star Movies Resort, and then the 5th night we were at a like Spring Hill Suite.
Yeah.
And so we basically, it was like during this weird time of COVID where like dining reservation, which is still kind of like this, but dining reservations were super strict. I was at work every day checking mouse dining, like on my Disney Experience app, like, can we get a reservation to Topolino's Terrace? Can we get a reservation to California Grill? I don't care what time it is. I just want to see if we can get one.
Yeah,
but it ended up working out so well because we got, okay, so first of all, our friend Rachel wasn't going to come at first.
No.
And then she was able to come. So, but at that point, we had 2 reservations. One to California Grill on, like, literally prime time dinner.
During the fireworks.
Yes. But the problem was it was only for 2 people.
That was a big problem.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, how are we going to do this? Could we just go and risk it and be like, hey, we actually need a table for 3 now?
Right.
And so that's exactly what we did. We went.
That's what we did.
Went to California Grill. We got the hostess or whatever, and we were like, hey, we actually have 3 people now. And it was perfect. Like, it worked out.
It was
They
great.
got us a table.
Yeah.
We went in. I'm sure you remember this. They were like, you can wait in here. And it was like this theater.
Right.
It was a ballroom, actually. And
yep. And they had like a movie.
Frozen 2 was playing.
2.
And there were 2 cast members in the back
Mm-hmm.
who were folding towels into swans. Do you remember that?
I do remember.
That was like, I loved that. I don't know why.
That was so great.
It's such an interesting.
You don't see that. It's very cool.
I know. They were just sitting down on the floor in the back doing that.
I love that for them.
I loved that too. I was like, this is probably so fun
to
do.
Absolutely.
Imagine that being your job.
Getting to watch movies.
And fold
towels.
At
Disney World.
Yes. So then we went up, and it just was so perfect. As soon as we got up, they took our drink order and our food order already, and they were like, you can go out on the terrace and watch the fireworks. And we did.
The whole show.
Yeah. The whole thing.
The whole thing.
And it was so nice.
It was awesome.
Had you ever watched the fireworks from California Grill before?
I have quite a few times.
Okay.
Also, from Bay Lake Towers right next door. They have like a kind of bar at the top. It's not as fancy, but yeah.
That's so nice.
It's cool.
We actually had a lot of moments like that where we just caught the fireworks, because even when we came back to our table, Epcot fireworks were starting.
Yeah.
Which was like so awesome.
In the distance.
Yep. It was like literally on the side of where we were sitting. So it was like the people next to the balcony where Magic Kingdom were probably didn't see as well, but we got to see them pretty well.
We got to see them.
Oh, it was great.
It was perfect.
It was so perfect. Yeah. And then they actually gave you, didn't they give you a holiday, happy birthday dessert of some sort?
I got this cake. It was good. It was very good.
And it was because you had that pin on.
I had the pin on.
It was beautiful. Guys, you have to get a pin. Like, you just have to. It doesn't matter what you're celebrating either. Because you can say, I'm celebrating it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care.
They don't care.
Great.
And then they'll just act like it's the best thing ever.
They really will.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Yeah. And then the very next morning, we went to Topolino's Terrace, which we had all never been to before.
No.
Because it's fairly new.
It's pretty new.
And I just loved, like, first of all, it's at the top, so it's like a cool view, but also just like their little outfits that the characters wore.
They were so cute. They were like little French.
Yeah, they were like little artists.
Yeah.
Like they were all already artsy. Artistes. They were all artistes.
Yeah, they were.
Like Mickey was literally wearing like a painter's uniform or something.
And did he have a mustache, or was that someone else? I think one of them had kind of like a...
Oh, did they have a mustache?
Or maybe not.
You know what I was really sad about, though?
What?
Goofy wasn't at that character breakfast.
No, he wasn't. It was
Donald, Daisy,
and Mickey and Minnie.
Yeah. It's gotta be somebody else, too. Was that it? That's crazy. And yeah.
Goofy
I think that's right, because
there.
Goofy was not there. And I was really sad, because I really wanted to see Goofy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was a really cool experience, too, because that worked out, because we got that on the day of Magic Kingdom, our Magic Kingdom day, which was going to be an earlier day anyway.
Yep.
So we got to go to that breakfast and then go straight to the parks.
Yeah.
Which was just really...
It was great. It worked out awesome.
Yep. Thanks for listening, guys. This actually might be a two-parter because it was quite long, but thank you for joining me, Jordan, and we will see you guys a little bit later. See you real soon. Bye.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.